Hey, it's Alex from Android Central. We're here in Berlin with Samsung taking a first look at the company's new wearables at IFA 2017. We've got 3 new devices here, so let's jump right in. The new Gear Sport takes a lot of the features and design language of the Gear S3 and brings it to a smaller, more mainstream sports watch. You could call it a spiritual successor to the older Gear S2 if you like. It's certainly closer to that device's size than anything else in Samsung's lineup. Size difference aside, the overall look is much more in line with Samsung's flagship wearable than the 2015 model though, with notches on the rotating bezel and a polished stainless steel body that makes it one of the better looking smartwatches out there. There are black and blue casing options, though both colours look almost identical, and the Gear Sport thankfully takes standard 20mm watch bands. Samsung is showcasing a ton of options here designed especially for the Gear Sport, rubber and leather bands as well as fabric, and a new leather on rubber combo. All the connectivity and messaging options you'd expect from a Samsung Gear watch are here, with a UI and feature set that'll look very familiar to Gear S2 and Gear S3 owners. You can view notifications, write and reply to messages, Samsung's circular interface is still one of the best out there, and of course Samsung Pay is supported over NFC. This is first and foremost a sports watch though, so exercise tracking features are a big focus. There are new options in Samsung Health for tracking calories by quickly adding meals on the watch, and tracking your caloric goals throughout the day. The new fitness programming feature lets you follow workouts on your TV through Samsung's screen sharing tech, and there are new bundled apps from partners including Under Armour and Speedo, complementing the loadout of 3,100 existing Gear apps. Samsung's also expanding its partnership with Spotify to bring offline support to its new wearables. You'll be able to load up to 500 songs on the 4GB of internal storage. The internal specs are broadly in line with the Gear S3, except naturally at a smaller size. The display is now a 1.2-inch 360x360 circular AMOLED panel, so we're saying before we move on that yes, the screens on both of these devices look absolutely phenomenal. Samsung has upped its water resistance to 580mAh in both devices too, and the company quotes an ample 3 to 4 days of use per charge from the Gear Sport's 300mAh battery, which is easy to believe based on the longevity of previous Gear watches. So the Gear Sport is going to be a great option for anyone who wants all the big features of the Gear S3, only in a lighter, smaller watch. It's less sleek and futuristic than the Gear S2, but at the same time it has more of a traditional watch-like aesthetic. For buyers looking for a more fitness-focused wearable, the Gear Fit2 Pro builds on last year's Samsung Fitness Band with upgraded internals, new designs and straps, and even more exercise tracking features. In terms of shape, size, weight and looks, it's almost identical to the vanilla Gear Fit 2. The internals have of course been upgraded, and the 1.5-inch curved AMOLED screen looks better than ever. The visual changes in the Pro are fairly nuanced though. It now comes in black and red colour options with a variety of new strap patterns. Oh, and the straps themselves now use a more standard buckle to keep the device securely attached to your wrist. That's more important than ever considering that swim tracking is now supported, and yes, like the Gear Sport, the Fit2 Pro has 580mAh water resistance to protect the internals whether you're out in the pool or taking a run in the rain. The Fit2 Pro can do continuous heart rate tracking, and Samsung says it can also detect and log dynamic workouts, meaning just about any activity that involves a lot of movement. Plus, built-in GPS support can help you track running workout routes even while you're away from your phone. That's a pretty demanding feature set, but Samsung still claims 4 days of battery life per charge for the new model, up from the 2 to 3 days we were seeing in the original Fit 2. So it's easy to see the Fit 2 Pro as an incremental update, and it is, but Samsung didn't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel here, and instead, the new features of the Pro build on what was already a very solid foundation. Samsung's also refreshing its Gear IconX earbuds this year. The biggest improvement for the IconX 2018 is something that you can't really see or show: much improved battery life. Whereas the old models could only manage around an hour and a half of music streaming, the new IconX buds can manage 5 hours per charge. As before, the case for these things doubles as a charger and a miniature power bank, only now have a USB Type-C with quick charging included. Samsung says you'll get an hour of use from just a 10-minute charge. Like previous IconX buds, you can load up to 4GB of music locally, with internal storage that's duplicated across both buds, and touch controls let you easily navigate between the tracks and playlists or start the built-in running coach. Samsung's Bixby Assistant will be included in the new IconX 2, potentially that's a really powerful feature, although we haven't had the chance to demo it on these buds just yet. So those are Samsung's new wearables at IFA 2017. The Gear Fit 2 Pro will arrive on September 15th for $199 in the US. We don't have pricing or release date information for the Gear Sport or IconX yet, but we should expect to see both around the holiday season. Hit the comments and let us know what you think of these new watches, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more of our IFA coverage from Berlin. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.